All right, y'all. The day has finally arrived. We're going to deep dive into investing. So this video is sponsored by SoFi. You all know this. We talked about this a month ago. And it seems like you all were pretty excited for me and this channel that I have finally graduated out of debt. I am finally, I would say, financially stable in a way, and now we are in investing. I think that's really cool to think about because just 2017, I, was lost and confused and crying and had anxiety all the time and was in huge amounts of debt. And now in 2021, we're finally digging into investing because I'm able to do that. So I think that is very exciting, and I'm excited for you all to join me and follow me around. And I'm kind of nervous. So you all know, because I've talked about this already, that I actually have a wealth advisor, and his name's Todd. He's amazing. I've known Todd since high school, so I've known him for 20 something years. So I told him that I wanted to try and do some investing on my own, and he was fully supportive of that idea because a lot of you are always asking me can you do a video about investing? And it's just something that I've never felt really comfortable doing because it's not something I've ever done by myself. So I just would have felt like a fraud kind of, but I am going to do it over the next couple days. So this is going to be a very, very base kind of introduction to how to invest, actually how on an app. That being said, I spent an entire month before today actually trying to research and become as knowledgeable as I could about investing. And there were definitely a couple of resources that I really enjoyed. I took an investment course, an online course from Dumpster Doggy, aka Amanda Holden. And honestly, out of everything, that was probably my favorite way to learn about investing. But on top of all the outside sources that I was trying to learn from, SoFi actually gives you access to financial planners. I am really excited to start this. Like I said, I think it's just it's the next step. It's the next step for myself. Hopefully it's the next step for you. But I do want to say that even though I am debt-free, before starting this, that was really, really important to me. Is I just really wanted to kick debt to the curb. So that's what I focused on. And that was important to me. But other financial gurus or people or whoever don't necessarily believe that you have to be debt-free. They just kind of say, get rid of your high interest debt like a credit card first. But we differ on that. But the one thing that everyone universally agrees on is that you need to have a fully funded emergency fund before diving into something like this. And I've talked about emergency funds a lot on this channel. I'll go ahead and link some cards above. So I have 6 months of expenses in my emergency fund. So whatever you feel comfortable with, I think is what should be in your emergency fund. But the reason why that's so important is because even though investing can be a powerful tool, it does carry risk. So just make sure all your financial bases are covered first. And once you cover them, then you can come and join me and we can be wealth building bad bitches together. All right? That's all that I wanted to say today. We are going to majorly deep dive into investing tomorrow. Okay, if you're at this point in the video right now and you started investing and you remember the first moment that you dug into it and actually bought your first whatever, let me know in the comments how you felt in that moment. Because right now I'm excited, but I'm also a little nervous. And I'm also a little nervous to do it on camera if we're being honest here, but we got to deep dive. We have to deep dive. Today is the day. I already have a couple investment accounts, retirement accounts going on right now. I have a Roth and I have a SEP. I don't know. I am looking into retail investing to supplement the positive financial behaviors that I started since kind of committing to becoming more financially healthy. And the cool thing is that, like, you know, places like SoFi allow you to invest at any cost. And if you have any questions along the way, SoFi members have access to a credentialed financial planner. Today is the day, y'all. Today, I am going to buy my very first investment. So we all know SoFi, right? Because some of you probably refinanced your student loans with them, but they actually have something else called SoFi Invest. SoFi Invest is an all-in-one investing platform where you can buy stocks, ETFs, trade crypto, or even start automated investing all in one app. They also introduced IPO investing, but for me, baby steps. So I'm just gonna stick with stocks and ETFs. The one thing before I start going down this rabbit hole, the one thing that I have learned in all of my research preparing for this day is that the key to investing, and it's so simple, it makes so much sense, but it's still so scary. It's just like people keep on freaking out about stuff like this, but I'm like, but it makes so much sense. Why are people freaking out? But the key to investing is to just consistently add money into your account and just leave it there for a really, really, really long time, like decades. And then go with the flow, with the market's inevitable ups and downs. The stock market has been a pretty consistent way for people to build wealth. And even though it will fluctuate, like that is inevitable, the market has consistently outperformed over time. So the moral of the story is to practice patience based on your goals. For me, my goals are very long term. I do not anticipate dipping into any of my investments for decades. And that makes me feel actually very confident because I'm able to ride out those downs and just kind of ride up the hill of the highs. And then hopefully when it is time for me to pull everything out during kind of like retirement age, I will be rich. All right, so with all that being said, let's create an account. This is what I've already opened, so we're just going to create a new account. There are two ways you can invest. There's active investing and then there's automated investing. Active investing means you're managing your own investments. You're buying your own stocks and ETFs of your choosing, which can be very fun, but if you're new like me, this could also be a little intimidating. And if you decide to do SoFi Active Invest, they do not take any commission fees, while Auto Invest offers a more hands-off approach. So SoFi Invest actually offers both options in their all-in-one investing platform. So depending on which investment you want to go, let's just do automated investing right now. You just need to fill out some stuff really quickly, just so they know what you're looking for and they can help you if you're doing automated investing, or if you want to do active investing on your own, you just have to kind of go through the movements of doing all that stuff. I am going to focus on my individual active investing. So let's kind of just like go down the app and show you what is over there. So if you want to add cash or transfer any money, you can do that right off the top. And then I mentioned the other day that they just started IPO investing, which is available to you if that's something that interests you. And then you have market comparisons and holdings. They have a watch list. So actually one of my favorite features in the app is something called social investing. And the SoFi social investing feature actually allows you to follow and interact with fellow investors via the app. So if you and your friends download the app together, you all can like follow each other, see what each other is buying, and interact with everything. So that's really cool if you're really interested to see what other people are investing in. I know for me, that would be a very helpful feature because again, I don't really know too much at this point. So just seeing what people are buying into or selling and all that stuff would be really helpful, just as like a bystander standpoint, to just see what other people are doing. Okay, so now it is time. I am going to make some purchases. I say that like I'm shopping online. I mean, I guess technically it is kind of like shopping online a little bit. If you are interested in seeing what I do end up buying, I'm gonna share my social invest link in the description box. I just wanna make it very clear that this is just what I'm doing. These are not recommendations, okay? So It's time. As a beginner, from my understanding of the situation, buying individual stocks is time consuming and can be very risky. While buying individual stocks gives you the opportunity to build your own portfolio, which I know is really fun and cool thing for some people to do. But in order to pick a winner, you really do have to dig in and analyze the company that you're buying into. And that itself is very time consuming because that includes looking at the balance sheet, looking at leadership. And if you're building your own portfolio of individual stocks, you'll want to buy between 25 and 70 stocks for proper diversification. You know, I don't even have time to eat breakfast on most days, so doing that type of work is just not for me. Where I am personally, again, not financial advice, but where I am going to put my money is into ETFs. When you're owning a fund, you are buying many investments into one fund. There's a bunch of funds that follow different types of markets and industries, so you're able to buy different companies and different industries all in one fund. That gives you the benefit of diversified investing without all the work that actually goes into it if you were to do it yourself. So I'll buy my fund, I'm going to continue to add money to it over time, and I'm going to just leave it there for the rest of what seems like eternity. Basically, moral of the story is, again, I keep on saying this, I did a lot of research in preparation for this very moment, took courses, read books, watched videos, and they all agree. Put your money in funds. It's not sexy, but it is easy. Again, not financial advice, just what I'm going to do. So let's just do that right now. I did it. My trade is all set. What do I do now? I guess I just sit back and relax.
No.
Oh.
Cheater.
Okay, so it has been a couple days since I first invested, and honestly, I don't really know where to take this video anymore because the hard part is done. Now it's just waiting. But I did find something that I think we should talk about, and that is, hold on, let me find it, and that is dividends. So when you go into your SoFi Invest and you click manage, and if you see there is a dividend reinvestment section, and I kind of just really want to take the day, I guess, to talk about what a dividend is and why I'm choosing to reinvest my dividends. Again, not financial advice, just what I am doing. So what is a dividend? Dividends are shares in the company's profits that is paid to the stockholder in cash and even sometimes in stocks. It's a company's way of saying, hey, thank you so much for believing in us. Here's a gift. And you can actually reinvest those dividends in the same stock or ETF. And the reason why I am choosing to reinvest my dividends is that it's just going to be another way to help you grow your investment over time by reinvesting them. So I'm just going to actually turn on my dividend reinvestment toggle. And I guess that's it. My dividends are being reinvested into the ETF I bought. Okay, you can go back to gaming now. Hello. So we are in, I would say like day 6, day 7 of my first time investing. And I have to say, life's been normal. I sometimes kind of find myself being a little bit too obsessive checking the app, but I have to remind myself that, you know, I think because we're in a society now that like everything is like instant gratification, but I need to remind myself that this is just the first 7 days in like basically the next 30, 40 years of my life. So when I put that into perspective, I definitely kind of just let my choices live without me hovering, and it feels much better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I expected from this video, because there's not gonna be any like big things that happen, because again, this is like a long-term thing for me. So, you know, how it is today is just like how it is today. Anyway, so I think maybe within the next week or two, I'll probably add more into my SoFi account just to keep on building on top of what we've done a couple days ago. So that is it. I guess I'll just wrap it up here because there's really nothing else I don't think to talk about. It was pretty easy. It was pretty scary at first, but now that you know, nothing bad has happened to me, I feel like I'm like growing in confidence to do this on my own. Thanks again to SoFi for sponsoring this video. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, just let us know in the comment section, man. Like, I think this is an exciting time, and I just like cannot wait to look back on this video in a couple years or in a couple decades and just see, you know, this moment and how I felt so nervous. And by then I'd probably be a seasoned pro, and it's just funny. Like, this is the beginning of something new for me, and I'm excited. All right, I'm Asia Dang. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next video. Bye.